know you clicked on this video because you finally thought you found the one, the catch-all answer, the thing that you can do to automatically get the best build in a chaos run in Chaos Zero Nightmare. Well, that's a lie. Anyone who tells you they have a 100% answer for you is tomfoolery in you. But I have gotten a lot of questions on my methods and how I approach chaos and what I do, and I always respond with, I set myself up so I can potentially benefit from good luck throughout the run. So we're gonna be breaking that down here for you. We're not gonna do anything crazy. This isn't a watch me beat it because it's hard video, but this is more about the decision-making process as I run through a chaos. We're just gonna take it nice and simple and sweet here. We're gonna do like a difficulty 5. We'll put it on this one right here. I always actually find it easier to run it on nightmare mode because you have a slightly higher chance at getting epiphanies, all that other great stuff. And I have never run anything outside of nightmare mode after I unlock the deep trauma. So we're gonna be taking this team in here. If it pops off, we get a nice deck and we combo off, cool. If not, them's the breaks out there. I'm gonna do a normal one here. I don't wanna go ahead and do a Codex run in case you guys aren't into Codex yet. And it also changes a bunch of stuff and you'll be like, why is there a guy that's giving you a divine blessing right away and all this other weird stuff? So we're just gonna roll in here, and this is all about the decision-making process, and we'll talk about it as we go through here. But what do I mean about like allowing myself and setting myself up to have the ability to benefit from good RNG? And a lot of the times this is about prioritizing making a small deck, looking for epiphanies, getting gear as like a secondary effect, right? And then on top of that, when it comes to finally getting a divine blessing, I've worked on each of the characters. So if it is potentially a divine blessing that I want for a card and I say, this is the build, this is the card I need, I have the capabilities to then go all in on that character, remove all of their cards from their deck that I don't want there anymore, hopefully get some duplications and set us up for some other duplications from events that we'll see later on in the run. So what we're gonna be looking for here is we are always looking for as many of these shops that actually can help us remove cards. Love the little shop icon, not the campfire icon. We wanna hit as many shops as possible, make as much money as we can on the way there. And I also love doing the event nodes. The event nodes, once you get down and you start doing chaos runs, especially if you're getting used to the same planet, like City of Mist, for example, has a lot of events that either remove cards, give you gear for free, give you money for free, and that's great. We like seeing that there. You can get some epiphanies from the normal fights on the way, but we always do events, elites, hit as many shops there, and then if we hit some normal attack nodes, that's great. But we're always here to remove cards first and foremost, and if you noticed, the bottom here, top, bottom, we can hit only one of these two shops, meaning that we're kind of free to go wherever else that we want, and we need to hit as many question marks as possible. So we're gonna probably plot out something that looks like top, question mark, elite, question mark, attack, question mark, boss, midpoint, sad campfire down here, hit an elite if we want, hit this shop, hit a question mark, hit another elite, hit the last shop. So we can get 2 shops here. So that's very important. And we're just gonna run with that. Hopefully I didn't forget my own path. It looks like we're going straight through the middle for the most part. All right, let's go ahead and we'll go bottom after we go straight through the middle, hit as many of these as we can. I think I messed this up already because camera, I can't think. But this is very easy. We're just gonna kind of do some damage to these guys. It's gonna be fine. We'll just play the game, play Chaos Zero Nightmare, do some cool guy stuff. We're gonna run through here. These guys are easy. Hit them with the hunger. It's fine. I'm severely over leveled, I think, and out geared for this, but it's more about the decision making process here, and you guys can see it play out. Hopefully in real time, right? Hopefully we can play it out in real time for you. So we're here just getting some credits, and we're gonna hit our first event node here in a second. It looks like this one probably should be like the bats hanging. Yeah, okay. So look, we've ran it a lot. So I'm just gonna run this. If you get lucky, great. If you get unlucky, it's a sad day. These guys are gonna come out. We have to fight them now. We don't get all the rewards from the thing, but it's still gonna give us credits at the end of the day. So we're gonna come in here and we can still get epiphanies because we're in a battle, right? So we're not losing out on everything because we're giga unlucky or something. This guy in the middle is attacking us. So we're just gonna make sure that we take this guy out. We'll go ahead, we'll pop a source of water here, hit this guy, and we'll just kind of take it slow and steady and easy. I don't care about your little question mark thing. We're not doing anything super cool yet. And we're just going to play this curse. Is it going to give us vital attack? No, it's going to give us shadow reload, which is something that we needed. I love shadow reload, especially with the divine blessing on it that allows us to generate shadow daggers after we do damage, or heal, I mean, to do additional damage. But if I don't get that epiphany as a Tressa player, I actually just use most of my damage comes from like the base version of shadow reload, because it creates advanced daggers and they just sit in the deck, and I will constantly cycle through my deck and cast the slightly better version of shadow dagger over and over and over until the game is over. So we're going to heal here. We're going to cast this, cast that, and the game is over there. There's also a slightly rarer version of this where like there's a scientist in the middle, and you can do the scientist in the middle first and he'll give you a legendary weapon, and you only need to roll like a 7 or a 10 or something. And you can do the other ones later, which is super cool. I don't think you can do the other ones after the middle guy in the first one. I've never been able to without it, failing and spawning the bats anyway. The scientist is a little bit different. So we're going to move through here. We're going to attack this guy. We're going to go ahead. Oh, look, we just fought bats. We're fighting more bats. The City of Mists loves its bats. I am justice, I guess. I don't... Where's Rachel? Where is she? What do we got for an epiphany up in here? Not shadow reload. Am I blind? Oh, it's a tactical analysis. Hopefully we'll get the one that like is just heals. That would be pretty cool. I would like to see that. I don't expect any of these to be like amazing. Oh, 2-way 50 healing, 1 on healing. No, we don't like that. All right, we'll just do this, I guess. Punch him. Hit him with the mana field. Heal back up a little bit. It doesn't really matter too much to me. You can go ahead and hit me again. But compared to Codex, I don't think anything is going to compare to like a Codex run, especially like Codex level 10 like we can do right now. So I'm planning on being a little disappointed by this run, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what plays out here. Oh, we'll just play this, a little bit of extra healing, let the guy tick down to the dot damage and blow up. Hopefully we'll also fight the Cthulhu guy in here as well. A lot of players get tripped up when they fight him. They lose a lot of runs there. You don't need to lose against that guy a lot of the times. He's got just like a mechanic that punishes you for playing 2 cards from the same character in a row. And if you don't do that, it's actually pretty easy. So we're just going to run this in. These guys are all doing defensive stuff. We don't care too much about them right now. They're not really harassing us. We're going to set this guy up to take him out and then maybe take out another guy if we're allowed to. Guess we're not. I could blow like an ego skill here. I honestly don't really care. Hit him with the triple 1. Not blowing the ego skill here doesn't really make too much sense. It's all about being consistent and making sure that you are able to complete the run here. We can go ahead. We can use a free whirlpool, a shadow reload. Yes, sir. Little dagger action there. Little dagger action there. Little dagger action. Little triple 1. Little team composition. A lot of players like this team composition, but instead of Cassius, they use Hugo. You can do that if you want. I personally like Cassius more. I think he makes the run very consistent once you use the team, because he's got so many different ways to manipulate what you're drawing and debuffing enemies with his ultimate. I just think he's a broken character in general, both in and outside of Chaos here. The other thing that you almost never want to do is common cards. Common cards I hate to death. I hate them so much. They're bad for your save data a lot of the time. You just don't really care too much a lot of the time. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'll give this to Cassius because he does do damage for me, not as much as Tressa. But if I hit up an elite here in a second, we're going to be going into a lot of elite chains. If we get a couple legendary weapons, I want that one on my main DPS of Tressa first. And if I put the blue one on her and then replace it with a legendary weapon, well, then Cassius isn't going to have a weapon. So we're doing the slow and steady consistency thing. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to use Cassius's ult. We're going to slow down some of the damage here because he puts -3 morale. I'm not super cool and have the -5 morale ult yet, but it's okay. Go ahead, Source of Water. Cast this. We don't have a lot of damage in this hand. Go ahead, cast this. Do a little triple action, I suppose. See if we can't get this guy to hit us. I don't know if we played enough cards. Cool. Make him hit us by casting cards and then just heal it back up. Seems very good there. This guy's gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up. Now we're just gonna Shadow Dagger, Shadow Dagger. You can triple attack here. Wild card, triple. And I guess we'll just triple you. I guess we'll just triple you too. Hit him, Cassius. Cassius the man. Oh, hey, here we come. The Mind Flare. The Soul Man. The Ithalid. All right, so what we want to do here is the mechanic is right here. It's Infinity Tentacles. All right. You don't want to trigger this. So you just need to bounce back and forth over and over between your character's skills. So you can go ahead and cast that. Cast this if you want. I don't really feel like shuffling. We can if we want to. There's not really a whole lot for us to do here. We're low on AP. We could cast some other stuff. We could force our turn, do some more stuff. We don't really need to do it though. So we just take this fight slow and steady. And it's not really all that bad. So we're going to curse here. And then we're going to tactical analysis. And then what we'll do here is we'll do this now. We just used the Mika card so we can use a Tressa card. So we're going to go ahead. We'll Shadow Dagger. And then we'll Mana Field, which is a Cassius card. And then we'll Shadow Dagger. And then we'll Water Barrier. We can Whirlpool, actually. We'll Whirlpool. And then we'll Shadow Dagger. We'll take some damage from this, but we didn't trigger his thing. We didn't take a bunch of damage. And, well, he's a little upset because he used his ability, but we didn't do anything that adds a bunch of negative effects to our character. So we're going to Shadow Reload here. See what this epiphanies us for? A curse. All right. We'll then Source of Water. And then we'll Shadow Dagger. And then we can Joker, which takes 1. And this is going to be like a little bit of a slow. We'll take a Tactical Analysis because that's a 0 cost. We can weave that in there. We'll go ahead Shadow Dagger. And then we'll Tactical Analysis. Yes, sir. And then we could Unsheath Dagger, but then we don't want to cast the daggers, right? So we're just going to debuff them and weaken them so we take less damage, put some Agony on him. He's going to do his action. We didn't trigger anything. He was just up to snuff there. And we'll end the turn here. And you can see, like, if you don't trigger his passive, he's really not that big of a deal. He just really isn't. So what we can do here is we can Shadow Reload, and we can card, and then we can hit him with a dagger. And then we can heal here again if we want. We'll just go ahead. We'll just heal with this. And take that out there. And then he's going to hit us. Maybe he'll trigger. Are you going to trigger Tressa? That would have been kind of cool, actually. So we're going to Source of Water and then Joker. For funsies, I guess. We'll just do this. And then we'll just take him out with an Advanced Shadow Dagger. And Tressa's kind of maxed out here. So now what we want to do is maybe aim to make sure that she freaks out in a second. And then just take care of that real quick. So Shell, we'll put it on. I don't know. We don't really have anything. I mean, defense helps our heals on her a lot. So we'll just go ahead and put that on her. That's like the worst one. I like the weapon a lot. Obviously, the accessory that gives you 1 AP and 1 card draw per turn is kind of busted. These boys are going to pop in. The middle one's going to be able to potentially give us a nice piece of gear. We don't really care about this. The middle one, though, I like to be able to get the weapon that rolls in here, which is like it's like the Obsidian Sword or something, and it shows up and you only need to roll like a 2 for it. So the left, you can refresh it like 3 or 4 times. It really wants us to get this Survivor's Hood at the start of the battle, fixed shield. I mean, let's see. All right. I think this should be the last time. Yeah, we can't concentrate anymore. All right. We can get a 14 for the orb. I don't care too much. It also gives us 80 credits. If we get it, great. If not, it's going to proc. Oh, we rolled a 20. It's going to proc Tressa because we'll get stress, which isn't the worst thing ever because it means that we'll be stressed out automatically when we go into the next battle. We're going to throw this on, I don't know. We'll put that on her in case she has a way to apply vulnerable in some fashion. So we'll go up to the next thing here. This is going to be an elite boss. Tressa's probably going to freak out as soon as we get in here. But these guys aren't too bad. They like to alternate between doing damage and giving you some weird debuff thing. So since Tressa's going to freak out anyway, I am just going to put out as much pressure as I can with her ego skill, with her skills, and just take one guy out as fast as possible. Look at that. So when she does freak out, we will be okay. So we're going to go ahead, we'll heal, and then it's going to hit us. That's fine. And then she's going to freak out. Oh, close your eyes. Don't look, Mom. All right. And then we'll go here. So now he's gone. We don't need to worry about it. And it's just this guy who's going to trade attacks and all this other garbage. So we'll go ahead. We'll use escape. What we could do, actually, let's showcase the power of this man. Ooh, I like this one though. This one's a draw 5. This one allows you to set up for like a crazy combo afterwards. This one is going to allow us to do cool stuff right now. This one is, all right, let's just go ahead. We'll do this. See if there's anything on top that we want. Let's put these here. Yes, sir. All right. We'll Pop-Eyed Popper and we'll Joker. We're just going to go ahead. We don't care too much about the damage she's doing. We're just going to take one of her things and use it and get it out of the way. This guy can hit us. It's important not to freak out. It's fine. It's okay. He's going to add some more of these to our hands, but it's fine. Hey, we got out early. All right, so now that we're out, we can go ahead. We can source the water. It didn't give us our ego skill immediately, which is kind of weird, but all right. All right, bud. Cast one of that. Cast a water arrow. Thank you, Cassius, and these are now free. And now we're coasting, dude. Right, now we're good to go. We'll be able to heal up to full health pretty easy. These are kind of a joke into a Tressa deck, more or less. Sure, bud. I'm not going to heal you. I'll just cast both these for free. Sure, dude. Thanks, Cassius. Good quest, man. Good job, dude. All right, a little bit of damage and gone. So that's going to be an elite there. Pretty easy for us. Shadow Dagger is going to turn into something we don't want. So this right here, we're talking about making decisions. Now I know, since the deck that I usually want, if I want to keep a Tressa build, is the when you heal, create a Shadow Dagger. None of these are that. So it means that that deck is going to be useless to me at the end of the day, which means that I can avoid removing cards from her deck. I don't really care too much. And I can focus on either Mika or I can focus on Cassius now. I'm going to take the one that gives me morale because I don't really care about resolve here. And I'm not going to take this exhaust all Shadow Daggers thing because it's really hard for me to work with as a main DPS. So like I said, I use Shadow Dagger, Shadow Reload to do damage. It's my main damage day consistently, even if I don't get the combo upgrade version. So now we're going to go into the middle, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go into the middle here so I can hit this question mark spot, and then I'll be able to hit this shop. I could also, yeah, I want the question mark spot more than I want the extra elite because the elite is just going to give me some garbage equipment that I don't really care about. You can get a lot of that stuff in the second floor, I found. Plus, we're going to get one right here anyway. So we'll get the multi-factored something. Is this the thing that gives you, yeah, the random initiative card? I don't care. I'll just throw that in there. And then we'll go next. This isn't something that we want. This map is honestly kind of bad for us. It doesn't really do a whole lot. We didn't have a lot of shops early on. There's only 2 shops to remove cards here. But if we're focusing on question mark stuff, we should be able to hit the ghosts that remove cards. There's some other guys that help us remove cards if we hit them. This guy here, he's got a pretty nice item. But what I like to do is I always just feed him. If it rolls high, cool. It goes up by, I believe, 40 credits each time, so I can get like 160 or 170 if I do it again. If I lose it, whatever. If you want to play a little Final Fortune with yourself, that's fine. You can get in there. You can just take the 120, or you can be a gambling man like me, and now it's 160. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much. You shouldn't be like super crazy. You'll see the end. How many credits we'll have from doing this. It allows us to have both good and bad luck during the events and still come out on top most of the time. A lot of the times we end with like way too many credits and it doesn't matter. So we're going to gouge this guy. We're going to play this. We're going to play Pop-Eyed Popper. Probably should have played the Popper first because it's the 000 quest. I'm a bad player. Doesn't matter. It's a 111 quest anyhow. Go ahead, throw that in there. Throw that water arrow in there. This is the longest actually I've had water arrow in my deck ever. It's the craziest. And one of the reasons why I didn't want to do something else, I thought we did this. Oh, it's going to Epiphany into Devil Dice probably, which is kind of cool. But you know what? No. How about not? Let's go ahead. We'll Shadow Reload. We'll take this. We'll take this. I just want to do damage to this guy primarily here. I'll take the 1. Just make this battle a little bit easier for us here. Is he going to hit me anyway? It doesn't really matter. All right, now we'll just Shadow Dagger here. Shadow Dagger here. Triple attack here. Crit him, Cassius. All right, I'm not gonna. I don't really care too much about that right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and end. But yeah, my Codex has like the ability for me to start with like remove 2 cards at the start of the battle and stuff too, sometimes, which is not going to help you out if you're trying to learn how to run normal chaos stuff, right? So we're going to go up to the shop like we talked about, and we are going to remove a water arrow. So in this team, it might be different for your team. The first couple of cards you should remove, right? You shouldn't be like, I'm going to make the best Tressa deck, right? Think about if we just did that. We were like, I'm coming in and making the best Tressa deck, and we got like a shop like this before we got the epiphany for Shadow Reload. That would be entirely wasted because we don't care about keeping this deck. So what I like to do in my methodology here is very simple. What card do you not ever want to draw when you're playing the game? Find them. Take those ones out first before you have the decision of like, I know what deck I want to keep. I know who's popping off, who's got some good epiphanies. What you should do is look at the cards and say, I never want to draw this card, right? Is it like, are you playing Calliope? You don't want to play with her 1 cost basic damage card. Every time you see that in your hand, you frown. That's probably a card you should remove. So for me, for my 3, Water Arrow is the first card I always take out because I never want to see this thing. The other one is a Wild card. I typically don't want to see this either. Because I don't really like playing 2-drops that don't do like crazy stuff. Cassie's like my sub DPS character. Yeah, I understand it's got a 30% chance to draw a card, but if you're paying 2 for a 30% chance to draw a card, it means you're in a dire strait. And if your deck was better, you'd probably be doing better. So the first one I'm going to take out is Water Arrow, Wild Arrows. I never buy anything else out of the shop, especially early on. I understand there's an Obsidian Sword there. It's cool. It's not gonna make or break our run. What would make or break our run is buying this Obsidian Sword, getting unlucky, and not having the extra 120 gold to remove the final card from someone's deck so they get a slightly crappier save data build. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the question mark here, and this guy, I think he can help us epiphany a card, which is pretty nice. Or we can fight him for money, right? If you just hard fight him, you can fight him for some money. But you know what? We have a couple epiphanies left. We'll go ahead, we'll roll an epiphany here. This one's pretty easy because if you fail this one, you can just retry it a couple of times. You just take a little bit of damage, not that big of a deal. I don't really care too much about Mika's epiphanies in general. I don't like them very much. It's really all about source of water for me. Tressa, we can get Vital Throw, which is probably what I'll go for. Cassius, you can get Devil Dice. So we're going to go for Vital Attack here, Vital Throw. That's some Pokemon stuff, huh? Vital Attack here, which is going to help us do some damage to the bosses now. Since we have to play like more fair, we're not playing like combo Tressa or anything in this regard. Hey, look, it's the guy we could have just fought in 2 seconds ago. That's fine. We're going to lead in with this, pop him up with some damages, Shadow Dagger him a couple of times, and then Dagger Throw him there. And if you're wondering why every once in a while you'll see me generate like an extra Shadow Dagger or an extra quest reward, it's because we took the 25% chance to generate an extra card blessing at the start of this normal chaos run. It has nothing to do with anything outside of that. So we'll go ahead and we'll just cast Shadow Reload here. He's going to want to attack us a fair amount. We will shuffle now. This is the shuffle that allows you to stack the deck for next turn. And I'm simply just going to put an Unsheathed Dagger there because it's a pretty good card. And I'll get some value out of it. So we'll go ahead, we'll do this 2 times. And he's going to hit us here, not for a substantial amount. We'll be able to bounce back and do whatever we want the following turn. So no reason to spend our EP on frivolous stuff, right? We can go ahead, we can Source of Water, we can Unsheath Dagger even. We still have some mana left over. We can Water Barrier, double Shadow Dagger him, go up to nearly full HP. Tell this man he's grounded, I guess. Bye. Oh, we could have cast the mana field here. I didn't realize it though until after we broke him, but it's fine. We missed out on a little extra healing, but I think our partner's going to heal us up here. So this one here, yeah, we'll take this one, bad boy. So this isn't like a broken Mika card in any regard for like a broken combo build or anything, but this card's insane. As you can see, it's the one that shields you for excess healing and then increases the healing of the card by 30%. So this is a way for a team that typically doesn't get any shields all that often to shield. We're not going to give her the cube. She doesn't do damage. We'll just trade with Cassius. This will give us 30% extra credits as well. And another thing that I'm going to be doing with Mika if you're following along, is I'm not going to give her a weapon because she's a character who doesn't really benefit from a weapon, and not giving her any weapon at all throughout the entirety of the run is going to reduce the amount of save data, the TB that's a part of her build, and hopefully still as we're going through the run, we could maybe get like a cool epiphany for her and then choose to duplicate it like we just did. Like maybe that's a card you want to duplicate for your build, or maybe you get like a source of water, and all of these different epiphanies and divine blessings take additional save data. And taking a weapon away from her doesn't take a lot from her build away because there's no like crazy good support healer weapons. And it might allow you to put one extra card in, or it might be the difference between them adding Whirlpool back in or Water Arrow back in, some dead card. I'd rather not have a weapon than have the game put a basic card back in my deck. So we have a little bit to look at Mika here. A Blessing of Waves is pretty cool. It's not broken, but if we got like a potential Divine Epiphany for Source of Water, then we're really cooking, right? We got a Divine Epiphany Source of Water. We want to duplicate that. Tactical Analysis is a pretty decent card. It gives 2 wave. It gives a little extra healing. It doesn't have any blessings or anything, so we could take that one out. We could take Whirlpool out. I don't typically like this card. I take Whirlpool out. If I plan on saving the Mika deck, Whirlpool has to be gone. And if we come down to Cassius here, it doesn't really have a lot going on. Nothing's broken yet for me here. We need the Pop-Eyed Popper Epiphany that is Pick a Quest. So we don't have that if we're making the decision here. This Dice Trick is base. It could have a cool blessing. It's not make or break for the build. So we don't have anything that's like make or break for any of these characters yet. The highest potential right now is Mika. And Whirlpool is a trash card I don't like seeing and puts a frown on my face anyway when I'm playing the team. And so is a wild card. So what I'm going to do, since they're tied for me, and this one potentially as a character has the potential of being a little bit of a better deck for me right now, because we already have this super cool Blessing of Waves, I'm going to take the Whirlpool out, right? So we're going to take that out. And now we're looking pretty hot, right? We have a pretty nice Mika build. And if we need to adapt, we still can. We can still rip out the wild card, rip out the cards. You can leave the mana field in for the Tressa, Mika, Cassius combo team because this generates Shadow Daggers in that team. Joker's a cool card to duplicate. Dice Trick has a lot of cool stuff. I don't hate this shuffle. It's very nice on like your second or third combat round to just take all of the Source of Waters in your good Mika deck and just stack them all on top of the deck so you can combo out the next turn. So that's okay. We don't buy anything else, and we just rest and continue on our merry way towards the boss here, which is going to be this guy, the big regenerator. This man, he's just hanging out. He hits you one time and then he heals, and then he hits you one time and then he heals again, to the point where I think I'm just gonna pop this right now, because all of my guys over here, like, I don't really care about Mika. I don't really care about reducing damage. I'm just gonna, wow, we generated 2 extra Shadow Daggers twice. We're gamers. We're gamers, dude. Welcome to the club. All right, so we're just gonna do a little bit of damage, put some pressure on them. We have Curse here. We're gonna Shadow Reload. Yes, sir. Advanced Shadow Dagger, Source, Advanced Shadow Dagger. We can keep this in our hand. We don't need to do that really. Although it would block all of his damage. Let's just do that. Block all your damage, brother. Sorry. So do we use... I'm not going to use this shuffle because it's going to exhaust. I can get a potential better shuffle. If I could pick the Source of Water and Shadow Reload, cool. Can't right now, so we're just going to leave it in the graveyard. We'll get it later on if it comes back before the boss is over. Cool. If not, I mean, them's the break. So we're not doing anything wild here. Pop this up. We can do a lot of damage here. We'll go ahead and do this. See if we can draw a card, get lucky. Nope. Just pop that off. I don't know. Hit him with a little touch and go. But so far, like, nothing crazy with this boss. And we're just hoping that after we fight this boss, the sad thing is we don't have any crazy epiphanies on any of our cards, and we're going to duplicate after this boss, right? So what we can do now is make sure we get a really nice next turn. We're going to Joker. And we're going to Joker out of the graveyard, our shuffle. This is why I like Cassius. Like, oh, the boss is like, we're going into round 4. No, we're not. We're going to grab Source of Water, Shadow Reload, Curse again, Vital Attack, and Unsheathed Dagger, bro. And we're just going to say our turn next turn is God tier, brother. If this is pick a quest, now, see, now we have some stuff. We were kind of be like, only Mika. But we were just complaining about, oh, there's not really a lot of great cards to copy. With pick a quest here, that's great. I don't know what I'll be picking for this, probably 000. But we can duplicate Joker, because having 2 Jokers in a Cassius deck is totally fine. So he's gonna hit us here. We're gonna end our turn because of the power of shuffle. Oh my god, our hand looks amazing. Check this out. Oh, my brother. My brother B. My brother B. Look at us go. Pop him. Let's use Mika. Let's just pop this guy up, dude. We got the 000 quest going, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, we're not even the combo. We're playing fair. This is us playing fair, by the way. Right, hit him with this. All right, he's gonna attack us. We're gonna double source. Pop him. Pop him. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone, right? Like, I don't know. So that's big, actually. So that's big. Our run was kind of lame until then. If we get like dupe Joker here, that'd be cool. Okay. None of these are cool. These are all trash. So this run's probably torched at this point. We don't really care too much, so we're just dupe this. And this run is kind of probably torched. All in all. But we'll keep going. We'll see what happens. You could still potentially get a very nice Cassius team for or Cassius build, because he doesn't really need a whole lot. There is the second part, a lot more cool stuff to get. The first floor is basically the introduction. The first boss isn't really even a boss. Draw a card, use AP, gain morale. We'll just go ahead and use AP, gain morale. The creme de la creme there, as you can see all the different shops we have, would have been dupe Joker there, and then we can really go in on Cassius. But we can still really go in on Cassius because he doesn't really need a ton of cards in his deck. He really just needs to have the choose a quest. So he's still probably, he's probably number one on my focal point now of making sure that we have the potential to really zero in on him, which is going to help us here in the second part of the run, because we've made that decision now based on everything that happened in the first wave, and everything we did in the first wave helped us prepare for the possibility of Mika and Tressa kind of crashing out on their builds and not being all that beneficial to really invest in anymore. So what we're going to do here is just going to Shadow Dagger a couple times. We'll shuffle. That's fine. You can protection all you want, buddy. You can protection all you want, buddy. And we'll just go ahead. We'll get Shadow Reload and the Advanced Dagger back, so we have some nice damages to do next turn as well. If we can kill everything in a couple of turns here, that'd be pretty poppin'. Are we going to Source of Water? We're going to Blessing it. And this right here, I already have a lot better blessings than this Source of Water. So what I'm going to do is just take one that's going to help me out in the quest. And for me personally, I don't particularly care about Mika anymore. So now I know that based on all of the decks that I have, that the best potential upgrade for any of these characters for me is going to be Cassius. So I'm going to be focusing on removing the 1 and the 2 drop basic card. And that's going to leave me with, you know, okay stuff. The Mana Field's not worthless in a Tressa Mika combo deck, because this is the equivalent of 3 to 4 Shadow Daggers plus a heal for 1 mana. The Pop-Eyed Popper we absolutely need. This can still Epiphany into something awesome. Don't necessarily need to remove that. Duplicating a Joker would be awesome. Duplicating a Dice Trick, if it turns into some of the cooler Epiphanied versions of the card, could also be a thing. Or if we hit a bunch of remove events in addition to our shops, we could remove cards and wild card and Dice Trick, go all in and make them like a 4-card deck that's just really consistent, which is probably what we're going to do. So we're going to Pop-Eyed Popper here. We'll go ahead, pick 000, I guess. That doesn't really matter. I'm not used to doing other quests. We'll probably pick 111. We'll just take this guy out, Advanced Shadow Dagger this guy 2 times. That's okay. You can hit me, buddy. It's fine, buddy. But hopefully this is helping you with the decision-making process that I was talking about. Because honestly, it's just kind of how I think. And I don't know if anyone else is thinking the same way. I don't know. It just seems really good for me. It's all about feeling out your possibilities, right? The potential of what your run could give you and capitalizing on all of the RNG that comes inside of a Chaos run. So now that we finally, it took us until the very beginning of the second floor to really zero in on what I think we're going to be doing now. So we hit the shops up. We have all this money ready to rock and roll. We got all that money during the first floor. Didn't really have to spend a lot of it. And now we're going to capitalize on it, right? We're going to remove wild card. We talked about potentially moving it a lot the first time we were removing cards. Decided not to. Maybe Mika would have been a cooler idea. But now that we know we got the one thing that we need for Cassius, we can go do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit this, and then we have to hit 2 battles back to back, but then we can hit this, and then a battle, and then we can hit a shop, and then the midpoint, and then a question mark into an elite, into a little fight, into a question mark, into... Actually, fight this guy. Does this go down? This does not go down. We have to take this fight. Okay. No, we don't. Maybe we do. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. We're going to hit this, though. I do like to avoid normal battles right before the boss. This is going to be a remove a card event. The ghost is always a remove the card for me. I think it could also give you an epiphany. I don't really care. We already have the epiphanies we want. I don't care about the equipment. We take the remove card because it is the most limited thing here. This is why we go for events. There's only so many events they can give you, right? So if you hit them all, you're going to be removing cards for free. So we're going to remove the cards, and we're really here to just make his deck as thin as possible, make him the combo king, and finish the run, potentially. We also want to look out for some decent gear on the way there. This guy's got that dummy mechanic that increases your cards if you use a non-attack card, which our hand is chock full of. So what we're going to do is just generate some non-attack cards or some attack cards with Shadow Dagger. And hit them a couple of times. And it only happens 3 times. So now we're good to go. We can curse this guy. We can Shadow Reload. Joker if we want. We can hit him with an advanced Shadow Dagger. Let's go ahead and Joker. He's doing some stuff. He's giving morale to people. He's doing cool guy things. Get the Popeye Popper. I'm just going to go get another Shadow Reload. He's going to die. I'll hit you. And then we'll worry about the little Mouse Master. Little Mouse Master later. This guy's gone. We don't got to mess with that mechanic anymore. We'll go ahead. We'll play Curse. We'll play Source of Water. I'll shoot this guy. I'll shoot this guy again. I don't really care if you hit me, buddy. Honestly, yeah, you can hit me. It's fine. And then we hit him. He gives us the Poison Bomb. We'll give him 6 Agony. We're going to put these on our top of our deck. So we draw them next turn. Bop them right there. Heal back up to full. He's saying, oh, man, I got to get out of here. And we're just going to... Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hit him with the Phantom Clone. Bop him. And he's gone. Battle's over. Get a nice little piece of equipment. We already got something on Cassius. We need like a better weapon for Cassius potentially here. We'll just go ahead and throw this on her. Cassius for the quest, you don't really have to worry about his weapon until the end if you're running this level, because the boss, I think it's, I don't know if it's just this boss. I run City of Mist a lot. But the boss has like a legend or a purple weapon, whatever it's called. That's like 40% more damage for 0 costs, right? Which is very good considering the 0 cost quest reward is 0, right? So it gives him a lot of damage that way. This guy's going to try to smack us. I'm just going to go ahead and Joker. Don't have to worry too much here. We can get a nice little unsheathed dagger, but I'm just going to go ahead and roll in. I don't know. Let's roll in like Popeye. Let's just get Popeye Popper, dude. Why not? Let's show him some pop and love, dude. Let's get the 1/1s here. So give us some extra healing. Pop this up. Use the extra one. Pop them. You can go ahead and hit us, my friend, with your thorny thorns. Your thorny thorns of justice. Curse him. Unsheath dagger. See what's going on here. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let's go ahead. We'll take the extra agony on the daggers. Why not? The extra quest reward is going to help us sustain heal. We were fine with that. Let's go ahead and Shadow Dagger, heal up some more, hit him for some more damage. He's going to hit us back, but we don't really care. We don't really care. We're just taking it nice and slow and easy. Curse him up. Go ahead, do this. Advance, heal, attack, attack. That should finish him off. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it in your mouth. You can tell I run this a lot. Even on Codex, because I'm like, yeah, I can cast these 4 cards. It's fine. I don't gotta think about it too much. All right. Moving on. Now we go high, we aim high, we're going for the extra unequipped. These guys here, if you run into them, hey man. Steal this. Yes, sir. If you get the roll, cool, you get it for free. If you don't get the roll, you have to fight them and then you get it anyway. So always roll for it. It's not like you die or anything. This is going right on Cassius in case we keep that because it's going to give him bonus damage for our Cassius combo quest. We're trying to put that deck together now. Like we have an idea of exactly what we want to do. Are we going to do it? I mean, we have the quest. If we can dupe the Joker, that's kind of really the only other thing we need technically for him. We could remove everything else from his deck if the game would let us, right? So let's go ahead and do this. I have all this extra energy and nothing really to do with it. Actually, I don't need to cast that. Let's undo this. Let's undo this. Let's show him the power of Nyx. I'm going to get us out of here. We have 2 energy left. Let's just draw 3 cards. Keep the source of water in case we want to use it for some cool guy stuff. Like, I don't know, casting shadow daggers. Yes, sir. Is there anything in the graveyard we care about? No, not right now. So go ahead. We'll do this. We'll apply some pressure to this monster. Let him do whatever it is he wants to do. Let him see how it is on the other side. I'm gonna Joker. There's really not a lot to Joker for. I'm just gonna Joker for this and just take a little less damage. Apply some extra stuff. Call it a day. I don't. There's not really a whole lot here. All right, my guy. We don't need the battle play-by-plays. We just need the decision-making, Josh. I'll just finish this man off. Oh, we could have Epiphany Dice Trick. We should get it as a latent. So let's see what this goes into. Please be like a god tier Epiphany. Make it awesome. These all suck. So we're also going to remove this. Well, we could take this one. Whenever a quest card is used, we generate a lot of quests. We don't really have the time to set up for it. It's not a war card, but you know, it's some fixed damage and some fixed healing. Not really a necessity, but out of all of those cards, I could see that one being used a little bit. We also have enough to remove it. And it's a card we were going to potentially remove anyway. As you can see, our deck is really small. We'll remove the mana field here. Deck's already probably way too small at this point, but what are you gonna do, boss? Like, what are you gonna do? All right, let's go ahead. Let's rest up. I'm just kind of doing it to showcase that you can pinpoint as hard as you want if you make the correct decisions through your run. Not that it's actually going to save. So we get the Cloud Walking Shoes. I don't think anybody needs this. We're just going to sell it because it's garbage, which is going to give us even more money, which allows us to remove even more cards if we so desire. And then this one here, we like it. We're going to roll for the Nihilism Epiphany or whatever it is, the Nihilum Epiphany. If we get it, cool. If we don't, I mean, whatever. We did get it. I don't think there's anything left we care about for the Epiphany to matter. I actually have this in my Tressa deck, and it's cool. It draws you 1 card. Okay. That's neat. The resolve on it's pretty poopy, though. The best one would be to get Morale +1 plus draw a card. So then you put a bunch of Agony on things with all your Tressa cards, and it gave you a Morale, so you do more damage, and it draws you a card for 0. We like those things. Those things are cool things. This guy here, very easy. He's going to eat a card and then attack us, then eat a card and then attack us. What are you going to Epiphany the... What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Devil Dice, my favorite card. That's the other card that we want. We want this Epiphanied so it has Retrieve 3. That's the... I forgot about it. It is like... I think it's... If you were to ask me, is it a necessity to have it? I would say... No, but yes, right? I know that sounds dumb. Like, no, it's not, but yes, it is. Because it's just really, really good. Because it allows you to pay 1 to do some damage and draw a card. And it allows you to turn all of your extra AP you'll get when you're actually doing the combo into extra cards, which can then draw you into more Source of Waters, which can then give you more cards and more AP, and it just leads and leads and leads onto itself, and you just kind of go into like this loop. of doing damage and having cards and getting AP and drawing more cards and doing damage. So let's go ahead and fight this guy a little bit. And he's not really doing a whole lot. I think City Abyss overall, outside of like the little Houndmaster guy, is relatively simple. It really is. We'll go ahead and we'll punch this guy. All right, what are we getting here, dude? Plus 70 damage. We don't care about Resolve. I don't know why the game's giving me Resolve. Resolve. Be resolved, Josh. Like, man, I am resolved. I'm on YouTube fighting the algorithm. How much more Resolve do I need? How much more Resolve do I need? All right, he's going to give us a legendary 10% for attack cards with 0. Listen, this would be awesome if you're doing a Shadow Dagger spam build for the most part. If we don't get the purple weapon that gives us 40% damage bonus, this is going to go on Cassius in case we get the deck we want for the Cassius combo quest 000. Spam them all out. So this is going to be a normal boss or enemy. Load a guy in the back, load a guy in the front. Hit him with this. Please Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing this. Retrieve 3. I believe in you. I believe in you so much, man. Dude, such a believer. I'm gonna roll out the animation, dude. I'm gonna roll out the red carpet. This is 100% part of the strategy, bro. Always works, dude. Oh my God, he rolled the red carpet out. No. Well, we'll take Devil Dice 0. 0, draw 1. Whatever, man. We'll take the 0, draw 1. It did 0 damage. Hey, baby. Dude, I'm upset. Ah! Wait, hold on. For science. Hold on. Let's play this. Let's see if we can change the RNG. We'll play this, and then now we'll Devil Dice. Has anyone tested this? Can you re-roll your epiphanies? No. All right, we'll take this one. We'll take the vulnerable quest card generator. Whatever, bud. Whatever, bud. I'm upset. I'm very upset. It would be marginally dumb though if I got a better Cassius quest deck in a normal run than I was anywhere else. Oh, dude, die. You just die, bro. You leave me alone, dude. Why don't you leave me alone, dude? It's fine. Oh, I'm so upset. It would have been so cool for the recording for it to be like, oh, dude, it's the triple. It's the one. I got it, brother. Check me out. Oh, you're actually gonna attack me. Not anymore. Sorry, bud. Oh, sucks to suck. Oh, I'm so upset, man. I mean, it's not a make or break. I personally like it. This giving vulnerable is pretty cool. I mean, it makes them take damage. So if you're comboing out, you know, you have like a 1,600 damage Cassius quest counter or combo card, and then you just put this on there and pop them up. But I mean, whatever. Here, let's see how much it do. I mean, it's whatever. Oh, man, dude. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I mean, it killed the guy. Like, he's dead. Like, vulnerable 2's strong, but it's like, oh, man. The one that I wanted, though, right? The one that I wanted. There is... So I don't like fighting a normal monster right at the end because a lot of the times it's what's his face, Houndmaster guy. In my experience, I'm not sure how true that is. It might be equally in the last 3. This is question mark boss fight. This is boss fight question mark. So I'm gonna go top because it's one of each anyway, and I'm gonna see if we can avoid McHound Master Man, because I think he's just overtuned and bugged. But hey, we'll whatever, man. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, let's punch this man. We'll use a normal dagger here, and we'll just kind of be okay with that. We'll see how small we could make the Cassius deck. Punch this man, vital this man, source of water this man, dagger throw this man. This guy's doing whatever it is that he wants to do. I ended my turn with an AP, but I was full anyway. Whatever, dude. We're just kind of jonesing through this fight. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we're gonna take this card out of the deck, I think, at the last stop here. This guy's gonna hit us really hard, but I don't particularly care. I could have jokered for a curse here. It's fine. It's fine. This gives us boom. All right, we're gonna be loading into a normal battle. Hopefully it's not. The man of the hour, the righteous protector, the Hound Master. Oh, it's just these dweebs. Okay, so we got these dweebs. So if we break here, what we're gonna do here is show them the power of BS. Show them the power of BS, and we're gonna get rid of all of these. We're gonna keep going, dude. We're just gonna try to get out of here, man. Get me out of here, Dad. Get me out of here, Dad. I don't like being stressed. I'm stressed out. It's fine, though. It's not a lot of shield. Honestly, it's really not. I'll keep it for later. Generate this for some damage next turn. Feel free to hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. It's cool. Wow. What is it? In the garbage? It's in the garbage. Mm-hmm. We don't really need to heal right now anyway. So what we will do, I'll just do that to him. And then next turn we should be out and be ready for the boss. Okay, bud. Uh-oh, it's Cassius the Clock. He's here. He made it. We'll heal back up. I'm still saving my EP. We can get through this pretty easy. Not a big deal here. Yes, sir. Man, we really are lacking. We are lacking on damage. Like, we are, I mean, we're not, but like, it's not the cool, crazy combo thing going on. All right, this man popping in, doing whatever. Yeah. Give me a quest card. Give me a quest. As far as like potential for like how broken is my deck, could it be? This is pretty low tier. Like I said, it's pretty fair. This is like the most fair I think we've had. Let's go ahead and we could have used shuffle to get something cool out, but we don't need to do all that. And then all that's after this is hopefully we didn't hit the Chaos Rift, which should be, I think, the final one, unless we get screwed. Is this going to be the Rift? No, it's the treasure event. So we didn't even get the duplication. We didn't even get the duplication event where you can take a couple of cards. I think they give you like 2 curse cards and then you duplicate your stuff. Which, okay, sure, bud. Like, that would be neat. We would have duplicated Joker like 100%. But we didn't get it. And that's just what's happening here. So we hit everything that we could hit. We did everything that we did. And you know what? Sometimes your runs are just going to be like this. But what we can do, look at that. We have this really nice, solid, concise deck that's probably going to get absolutely destroyed. We have 550 credits left. We're about to rest here real quick, right? We're going to rest up. We're entering the final battle. No stress gauge. 500 credits. You can come in here and refresh, obviously, for some cool cards. So what we can do now is really push our limits and come in here and refresh a bit and see if we get anything cool. We didn't get anything cool. If we were in like a Codex run, Codex runs allow this to be a lot better at the end if you have extra credits, because you get a bunch of free refreshes. You can look for stuff like Rally is the only neutral card I could see picking outside of Gear Bag. But right now, Gear Bag is worth so many TB points that a lot of the times it makes your deck really inconsistent with how it saves. But you can see we hit a lot. If we didn't get lucky on our events and hit them, it didn't really matter that much there. We've removed a ton of cards from all of our decks. We have like a literal 4-card deck here. If this Devil Dice was Retrieve 3, that'd be sick. What we could also get here is duplicate card at the end of the battle here on one of their cards. That's the most amount of RNG really that comes into these runs, is the 2 boss battles. What it picks for you to duplicate is pretty RNG. Oh, poor guy. And outside of that, the events that you hit, honestly, this is probably the unluckiest I think I've been in a long time. I'm still going to put it out anyway, though. I think it's hilarious. We'll go ahead. We'll do this. We have the Cassius quest ready to rock and roll. I'm actually going to Joker right now for the other Shadow Reload, because these have Retain on them. So we're just going to hang out. We don't need any of this stuff. I don't care about that. So we're not shuffling anything. We're not going to use the Cassius quest this turn, or the Cassius EP skill this turn. We're just going to let them hit us, and we're just going to hit them a bunch now. So let's go ahead and use Cassius, and we're going to hit them a ton. I'm going to pop open some quests here. Let's get some Resolve. Cool, dude. I love Cassius. He's a really cool guy. Shadow Dagger. Bop. Shadow Dagger. Bop. Do I hit this? Do I hit bop, bop, bop? Or do I hit... Now let's go ahead. We'll stay vital for later. We'll hit him with free. That gives us a quest reward. Dagger throw. Hit me back. I don't care. Hit him with that. Bam. Damage. We're loving it. And we'll take this guy out in like a couple of turns, and then we'll see if we get to at least duplicate like a cool Cassius quest. We're going to go ahead and use Tressa here and just load up this man with as much agony as we possibly can, because I want to see the end of this run. We still have 1 left. Hey, man. Give me a quest reward. He's got 2 vulnerable on him. Hey, man. Give me some damage, dude. Oh, baby. Hey, that. You know what? That's not bad. We can get a 202 shield. We'll go ahead and cast this. And he's going to take a bunch of agony here. And that's pretty much going to be this boss. He's pretty much gone, right? So a lot of people say they don't like using this team because, like, oh, you can't get the combo in the run deck consistently. 100% true. I get it a fair amount of the time still. But if you just go ahead and use Shadow Reload as like your main source of damage, you have a nice amount of debuffs between Cassius with his morale down. You have Weaken with Tressa as well. You can kind of like do some nice shifty roguey things, and you have a lot of card manipulation between them all. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Well, I mean, whatever, dude. We got the Devil Dice, I guess. I just want to see how this saves the deck now. We also didn't get a purple weapon here, which is funny. When a card is exhausted, 40% fixed in, we don't need either of those. Go ahead, shove that in there. Chaos loot, not taking that. And we're gonna be on out of here. We're gonna be on out of here. So this was my decision-making tree, and you can kind of see. I know it didn't work out, and that should be a great showcase of how you can do everything correct. And you still have to get lucky. You still have to get the right epiphanies. You still have to have the bosses duplicate and pick the right cards. Those are the main things there. We still got something new, which is kind of funny. And if that doesn't happen, it doesn't matter what you do. But you want to consistently keep making those decisions in that process. As you can see, that was a terrible run, and we still got like 40k save data. And it added a card back and a mana field back. So like if we added some neutral cards to this too, ain't gonna work out. But this is only level 5. All right. But this would still be pretty good. You know, if we duplicated the Joker or something and maybe had like the purple weapon, right? It'd add in maybe like another card or so. Because we did remove a ton of his stuff because all of his stuff epiphanied pretty poorly. We even removed his special like trick attack thing, his trick dice thing, which it doesn't like you doing that. But we took that out and we don't have anything crazy going on. We also have this devil dice with vulnerable, and it gave us a normal devil dice with quest related stuff. We didn't really care about this having this big epiphany, the divine blessing, the vulnerable thing. What we really just wanted was the normal base one that I use that gives you retrieve 3, and that would have weighted less on our TV value than this did. And so maybe this card could have been like a Joker, and we could have ended up with like Pop-Eyed Popper, choose a quest, 2 devil dice with a retrieve 3, this shuffle, 2 Jokers, and then maybe like Mana Field or 1 card, and it would have been okay with that. And that's just on like a level 5 run. And this is also a good showcase of how you're able to take advantage of that decision-making process that we talked about, where you're just removing the cards you don't want to see, aiming for a solid playstyle experience during your run, making it as consistent as possible. And then once you're able to locate, okay, I think this is my best chance to have the best deck possible, then because of what you did on the first floor and how you dealt with the first floor all the way up to the second floor, you have all of the resources necessary to just go all in on one person and try to make it as best as you can. I know it didn't work out exactly the way we wanted to, but it would have probably on like an actual Codex run, which makes me a little bit sad because, well, we're on Codex 10 and this is just like a normal 5 run with normal level save data versus very high. So with that being said, hopefully this helped you guys out there. I know it was a long one for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.